In this video, I'm going to be talking specifically to music producers about music theory as if you have zero knowledge at all. But if you're not a music producer, I encourage you to just stay around because the stuff I'm going to be teaching in this video is going to be fundamental for literally everything in music. I want to first start off with chords. So what is a chord? It's really simple. It's just two or more notes playing at the same time. Okay. And most of music is made with chords, but more specifically, it's made with what's called chord progressions. So, what is a chord progression? A chord progression is just a sequence of chords. So basically, chords playing back to back, or what I like to say is the musical sentence from moving from one chord to the next. So how do we make chords, and how do we understand and build good chord progressions? Well, to learn that, I really want to teach you what's called a scale. A scale is a collection of typically 7 notes. There are more and less, but typically it's a collection of 7 notes that sound good together, either your major or your minor scale. So let's use a C major scale, which is just going to be all the white notes. C, D, E, F, F, G, A, B. Okay? And there's 7 of them in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? So we know all those notes sound good together. Okay? So let's just play them. Now it doesn't sound the best, does it? So I want to teach you how to build a chord by knowing the scales. What you do is, let's start off with the C, and we'll press the C down. We'll skip the next note in the scale, so this one, and we'll play one. And we'll skip this one and play the next one. That's how you build a chord. Okay? And we can move this up and just keep, leaving that space in between until we get back to the C. Not too hard, right? Now, how do we build a chord progression? Well, to build a chord progression, I want to teach you what's called scale degrees. And what we're going to do is, going back to our scale, we're going to assign each note a number. So C is going to be 1, D is going to be 2, E is going to be 3, and then so on and so forth until we've used all 7, and then it just starts to repeat, okay? Hope you're still with me. I really do. I hope you're still with me. I'm trying to slow it down as much as I can, but so we have our scale degrees, right? We know how to play chords just by leaving a space in between. So if we take what we just learned and we say, let's play the 3, the 2, and the 1, that is how I just built a chord progression right there. So we'll take the 3, and then the 2, and then the 1. And the reason I taught you this is because there's very, very, very common chord progressions out there that us producers need to know. It's not like something that you just stumble upon. I mean, you really can, but if you want to put yourself ahead of producers, go out there and do some research on common chord progressions. And now you can kind of understand how the chord progressions work. So if we're in the scale of C major and they say play a 2-5-1, which is a very common R&B chord progression, you know what's exactly being played and why we're playing it. Also, on top of that, using our scale degrees, you'll come to find that each number kind of does have a feeling to it. So the 4 chord in a scale sounds different from the 2, and not just because you're playing different notes, it actually just brings a different feeling. So if you ever feel like your chord progressions are stale, well, try and just move where you started off at. Except for maybe if you started it off on a 2, maybe started it off as a 6 or a 5. Okay, so all these chords, they do have feelings to them, and once you understand and internalize this, and then also the biggest part is going and researching common chord progressions and seeing okay, that's a 2, 3, 6, or 7, and internalizing that as well. is going to help boost your music career and what you know. And when you have writer's block, it's gonna really help you when it comes down to the really hard times, because there was a minute there where I was just slapping chords together, not knowing why they didn't sound good, and now I know. Okay, it's really easy. Yeah, that's gonna be my final thoughts. I hope you guys learned something. If you already knew all this, well, good for you. But if you didn't, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Next video, I'm gonna be going more in depth on like diminished, augmented chords, how to play outside of the scale and it still sound good, because that's something that you can also do. You can play outside of the scale and it sounds good. So I'm gonna figure out how to do that, and then I'm gonna make a video on it. And yeah, peace.